I had a sleep paralysis. Craziest thing in my life. Ask
Wait,
Jack. Have you ever
what?
heard that story?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to Hill to
Hill
Die
to
On.
die on. Don't say all of our Instagrams.
It's just about to.
No.
It was just about to.
This is Hill to Die On. This is a podcast where me and Greg pick something to get in a fight about. And I'm Grace.
I'm Greg. So that cleared that one up for you, new
Let's
listener.
get in a fight about
We're also wearing the same color shirt today.
We are
for
both
the
wearing. We're
people
both wearing a
listening.
white long sleeve shirt.
And
Yours is
we're also doing the same
Sixers
pose,
shirt. Wait, yeah.
which is
We do really seem related.
yeah, we do. It's
I
the red
love
hair.
when Gregory. I like when you wear your Yankees hat.
I know it's all you look at.
No, because it makes me happy. Because
Oh.
I know you don't like the Yankees.
What about my Sixers shirt? They're
I
on
like the
they're
Sixers
on a
shirt,
super
too.
hot run right now.
Are they?
Yeah, they've
Nice.
lost 8 in a row.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're really excited about it.
Let's-
Actually, I went to a Sixers game last week. The seat literally first
Sixers
row.
Woj.
Yeah, Sixers Woj. Come on now. Shout out to the Twitter if you want to follow it.
Yeah.
I first row behind the Sixers bench.
Oh, I saw that on
It
your
was
Instagram. That looks awesome.
It was unreal.
Wait,
Granted, the Sixers lost by 30.
How'd you
but,
get that seat?
my dad. I mean, when you're retired, you just start throwing money at anything.
Yeah.
Apparently.
This is like when they took you to the Phillies game. They got good seats.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm like, I like retired parents. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Granted, like, save some for when you die. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, so I can go to
while
the
I'm
Sixers
here,
game
let
when I'm
me
sad.
pop off. Yeah.
Grieving.
But I went with my nephews and
Who they play? The Knicks?
the Celtics.
Oh.
And Sixers we went to Philly.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Sixers got mollywopped, like big time.
Sorry, what was that word?
They got smoked.
What was the one you said?
Mollywopped.
Mollywopped?
It's a term for when you smack your dick across a girl's face.
Did anyone know that? No. Will and
The
Jaclyn
Pog,
both didn't
the
know
Pog
that.
friends, the Pog knowers knew what that meant. It's also like used
No,
in
I knew what
sports
Pog meant when we
vernacular.
did that episode. I didn't
That's
know
because
what
they called you that, though.
mollywop.
It's like they use it in sports vernacular, so it's not just a sexual thing. I'm not saying it to be a creepy weirdo.
Sure. It's like when they say third base. It's just to be creepy.
Right. But Sixers got smoked. But I will say going with my nephews was cute because it was the
Aw.
first game they've ever went to, like in person.
And you said this is what mollywop means.
Yeah,
but
and my nephew's like 8 or 9, and he's like very autistic, and his
is he the one who
reactions were
says
just crazy.
Sigma?
Yeah.
Yeah, what were some of the reactions?
Bro, he was just screaming
That's
players'
awesome.
names like
That's
so
awesome.
loud, where like obviously the players could hear it.
Does he do that scream that little kids sometimes do when they get excited that's like blood curdling, where it's like,
Yeah,
nice?
yeah, it was highly annoying, but I mean, I love the kid to death. He's good. And then his older brother, who's like 13, they live in Massachusetts, so he's a Celtics fan. So he was just ungodly
Oh.
annoying. He was
Interesting.
just, yeah.
But your brother their dad is a Philly fan, no?
No, their dad is not related to me.
Oh, it's your sister's kid.
Yeah, my brother he doesn't have kids.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, so your sister doesn't care about sports as much?
No, I mean,
Okay.
whatever. They're young boys. They're going to do what they got to do.
My
you know
dad,
what I
maybe
mean?
you might know this about me. When I was a kid, my dad, huge New York sports fan, and the team he hates the number one most probably is the Flyers.
Mm.
And he
Was he a
specifically likes
Rangers
no Devils because we're from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
But
That's all you have in Jersey.
it's like it's our only remaining
Yeah.
team because now we don't even have the Nets.
Yeah.
But my dad, I told him I was like, I'm gonna be a Flyers fan, and I was probably 5. And my
Was it 'cause
dad,
their colors were red?
no, it was just because I knew it would piss my dad off.
Yeah,
When
no.
I was like 5, immediately I was like, this is what I'm gonna tell you. And he got such a strong reaction out of him. Like he legitimately was so angry. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you cannot be a Flyers fan.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm a Flyers fan. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Flyers fan every day. But now I'm a Devils fan.
That's kind of how I would be, unfortunately.
It's kind of fun.
Because it's stupid. No, I would be the parent in that
Oh, yeah, I
situation.
wouldn't let my
'Cause
kids be a
unfortunately,
Flyers
like,
fan.
It's
I'd
so
be
stupid
angry,
'cause
yeah.
really, who cares? But like,
No, it's fun though.
let me sit on the couch and watch a game with you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if you're my son, like, I wanna be that dad to like hang out with you and talk sports and like
Aw.
it's like that's like something I look forward to because my dad and I always did it and I'm like, oh, that's a cool way to like talk about things.
Well, my
and get
dad
along.
doesn't like any of the same teams as his dad. Like my dad is a Giants fan. His dad's a Jets fan. My dad's a Yankees fan. His dad's a Mets fan.
Mm.
His dad's a Rangers fan. He's a Devils fan. Like I am like, well, what do you want? You went and picked all the other.
Yeah.
Even
like,
though, yeah, I like all the teams my dad likes.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's just a good child there. But that was fun. What's new with you?
Not that much. I already said this on the last episode, but I'm going to Costa Rica soon. You're going on a trip.
Yeah, going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. We're headed to Peru.
Thank you for the little Einsteins reference.
We're headed to Peru in 2 weeks from today.
And when Greg says we, he doesn't mean me and him. He means him and his girlfriend, Jaclyn.
Grace and I are going to Peru.
Have you been to Peru before?
I have not, but I've been to Portugal, so I've basically been to Peru.
Yeah. Are you only going to go to countries that start with P?
That's exactly it.
Poland,
Philadelphia,
Panama.
Peru.
Philly's not a country, but
whatever.
it should be.
Yeah, we're going to be there for,
I think you guys
what,
should
14
secede.
days, Jack? 14 days. We're going to be going to Machu
Damn.
Picchu. We're going to be living in the jungle for 3 of them.
Are you going to the, I think it's called Huanchaco or Huacachina. It's the desert where it's like the sandboarding in the oasis.
I wanted to, but
Greg's a loser.
couldn't fit it into the.
Fuck.
Yeah, itinerary's getting
Are you
packed.
doing Nazca lines?
We're just going to Lima and Cusco.
Hell yeah.
Lima?
Yes, that's where we're flying into.
My roommate was just in Cusco doing
Emperor's New
ayahuasca.
Groove. Am I
And
wrong?
He wasn't doing that, but yeah, he was
That's
there.
where that movie is,
yeah.
though.
Are you going to do ayahuasca while you're there?
No.
Yeah, you should.
That would be horrifying for everyone
Yeah,
involved.
he did do that.
I don't think I've made
Do you
it.
like Emperor's New Groove? It wasn't one of my favorites as a
I
child.
liked it. It was
I thought
cool.
it was scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
What scared you?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I used to get scared of a lot of TV shows where I would be like, there's no way they're going to get out of this. Fuck. Like,
You
I
would get scared out of stress.
Yeah, I would watch That's So Raven and she'd get herself in like a jam and I'd be like, oh my God.
I mean, That's So Raven is a historically
She's
scary show.
so, she's so fucked. She's not going to fix it.
Like Full House. Anytime
Yeah.
the little one got in some
That
trouble.
one wasn't as stressful, but like sometimes like Lizzie McGuire, I'd be, even like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, sometimes they get themselves in like, I'd be like, how are they going to get out of this jam?
That's
like,
just
I don't
good
know.
writing. Good
I know.
writing had Grace
I know.
hooked.
I was so hooked to the point that I would have to turn off. That's what Raven would really stress me out. I couldn't.
I never watched it.
Were you a Disney Channel kid or a Nickelodeon kid?
Nickelodeon.
Do you know my theory about Disney Channel, Nickelodeon?
I would love to hear it.
Okay, my theory is I was a Disney Channel kid and that it's like Disney Channel is like prude, like Nickelodeon is regular, and like Cartoon Network is like absolute psychopath horror.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
I could respect
Like,
that. I
it's
love Cartoon
just-
Network. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
that's
dude,
no, that
was
you're
my
talking the scariest
jam,
shit in the
was
whole
my
world.
jam.
No.
But I love getting scared, and I think Courage is such an inspiration to my personality now. Because
That's the craziest thing you've ever said.
I love horror. Horror is my favorite genre.
It inspires your personality.
Yeah.
That's
Because it's
whack.
like a little misdirection. It's a little.
You think you have a horror movie personality? You know what? I agree. I see it for you.
I don't know.
After the story you told me in the last episode.
Yeah, that was horror. That was definitely grotesque. Yeah, I loved Courage.
Also, to be clear, the word I was
Dexter's
saying was
Laboratory?
horror.
Horror.
No, I said whore. With
No,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I know. Yeah. I picked up. But I never really got at it at a young age though, like sexually. So I wasn't really I didn't really fit that
Nice.
mold. Yeah.
Nice.
So I was definitely
At what
more
age
of a
did you have your
Nickelodeon.
first kiss?
5th grade.
Oh, that's like young.
Yeah, but like, you know,
I didn't have my first kiss till I was 18.
yeah, that's bad.
I know.
You were a Disney kid, dude.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
I was like borderline a PBS kid with those numbers.
you
like
were
that's
PBS.
not good.
You were reading Rainbow.
I was like Zaboomafoo and like yeah.
Zaboomafoo is sick though.
That's a sick
I never
show.
watched
The
it
Kraft
until
Brothers.
I saw the video.
Kraft Brothers.
I don't know.
Those guys low key hot.
Really? What do you think about
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
from Blue's Clues?
Hot.
Oh, you have some childhood trauma that we need to address.
I don't think so. I think I just am like, you seem nice.
That's all it is?
As an adult, I'm like, oh, that guy's kind of hot. If I knew he was Steve from Blue's Clues, though, that would be unattractive to me.
Oh, that's unattractive, but Mr. Tucker Carlson over there.
All right, don't bring back that episode.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring that up.
It's just because that one just came out. To keep the listeners.
Yeah, but the listeners are still thinking about that.
I'm
As am
sure
I.
they are,
That's
yeah.
a part of you now.
I will say a lot of people got in touch to tell me that that was either really crazy or that they could see it. And the people who commented usually said that was really crazy. The people who DM'd. And I was like, only I'm brave enough. Only I'm brave enough, you fucking cowardly
Yep.
fucks. Yeah.
And what was your favorite reaction? Did you have one from a
A
specific?
guy that actually, I don't want to say his name, but this is a guy I know from Ireland that we like. Whatever. I'm not gonna give that many details about him. He DM'd
I think that
me.
said enough.
Yeah. Okay, so my long distance friends with benefits.
There you go.
It's just in case he listens. I don't want him to know I DTR'd us as such. He
What? What DTR? What are you saying?
Define the relationship.
Oh my god! Just say what you were gonna say.
Okay, he DM'd me and was like, "Great." So do you want me to read the message? It's actually really, it's so Irish and so,
Wow,
like,
it's literally her lock screen. She
Yeah, no,
screenshotted it and
Ireland is
saved it
my
to
lock
her.
screen. Let me see if I can find it.
No, I
It
meant
was
the
it was
message.
it was wacky. It was like
Wow, she's really scrolling through
no,
these
it's right
DMs.
here. He messaged me on Monday. Grace, stop. Tucker couldn't get his hole if he fell into a barrel full of fannies.
Can you translate that into English?
Okay, so fannies would be.
No, I want to know about the whole part.
I think
Tucker
it
couldn't
meant
get
his,
in.
get his hole. Like I think he means like he couldn't get it in if he fell into a barrel full of vaginas.
So he's calling him gay.
No, I think he's saying like he couldn't get it with anybody. I think. I actually am not sure. That's
I think that.
that's a level of slang that I.
Yeah, that was.
I lived in Ireland for a year, and sometimes I'll still like if I watch Dairy Girls, I need subtitles. Like I'm like,
I need subtitles for that guy, and he wrote it.
yeah, I know.
That is. He couldn't get his whole. All right.
No,
Yeah.
he has really good isms though. Like he would be like texting me if he was hungover, and he'd be like, "Oh, I've got like a head like a wheelie bin on me right now," and I'd be like,
That's good to you?
awesome.
How
That's
is
so
that?
funny.
I don't even know what that means.
It means a wheelie bin would be like a garbage can, and he's like a head like a, I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that we got into that. That guy does seem cool though. Does he live in Ireland or does he live in?
Yeah, he lives in Ireland.
Oh damn.
If you're that guy, I'm sorry I'm talking about you on my podcast.
I'm sure he's not watching. After the
probably-
last episode, this is gonna have 0 viewers.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I
What
don't
the
know.
hell were we just talking about?
Help. Before Tucker Carlson, Disney, Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, wait, that is funny. So my
Yeah.
favorite show growing up was SpongeBob.
I don't really care for SpongeBob that much.
I love SpongeBob, Timmy Turner, and I loved iCarly. But I loved iCarly where I was starting to get a little bit too old to love iCarly.
Okay,
Where my dad would
interesting.
come home from work and I'd be 16 years old watching iCarly, and my dad's like, "Do we need
I
to
didn't
have
watch
a talk?"
iCarly at 16. That's
It's
for
a-
children. You're a child.
But like, you're kind of not.
Yeah, it's getting lame. Where it would
Like,
be
I'm
lame
starting
to go
to like
yeah.
try to like hook up with girls at that age.
At
Like
16,
I'm watching porn at 16. Like I
you're so
shouldn't be
much more
also
advanced.
watching
You're so much more
iCarly.
advanced than me.
No,
Damn.
it's just a guy. Every guy got into it at around that age,
okay.
like 8th grade, right? Will, how old were you and you?
Yeah,
Right, and see when Will was doing it, they didn't even have technology yet.
We'll have to
He was
get
going out in the woods.
a cassette tape
Will,
from the
yeah,
library.
Will was going out into the woods and finding old VHS tapes. Dude had to find old magazines his great grandfather left before Vietnam.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. That was the way healthier like eras, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I
where
think
they
it's too
if they wanted to
accessible.
do something bad, they really had to go out and do it.
I gotta
it's
say,
at our hands.
The
right now.
Discover page for our podcast, when I first made the Instagram, I opened the Discover page and I was like, holy shit. Like,
What was it?
it was just porn. It was just like asses.
Oh yeah, that's when they get you.
I was
That's how
like,
they get you.
whoa, I just
Yeah.
started this Instagram. I
on
didn't want-
Instagram or TikTok.
Instagram.
Oh,
When I
that's
started
bad.
it,
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit.
yeah.
My algorithm is like, it's like usually like, would you ever feel safe to show each other our Discover page?
Probably not. I
Whoa.
probably would be, but it's probably 20% thirst trap, 50 to 60% animal
Jaclyn's
videos,
face.
50 to 60% animal videos, and then the rest like funny memes.
Mine goes through phases, and sometimes it's really embarrassing because sometimes it'll be like girls showing before and afters and being like, this is like a high protein dessert. Like, and it's like, I don't want people to see that. It's embarrassing.
Right.
Sometimes it's all Zodiac memes. A lot about being, yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that's more.
Or it's
embarrassing.
women making a salad, which is my favorite genre of content to watch on the internet.
Especially because you just ate a salad before this pod.
I love eating a salad.
Salads are good. Salads are underrated. I also, I think that.
Salads are good.
Yeah,
Thanks,
they are.
Greg.
Let's
Back to you with salads.
Thanks. Thanks, Grace. Here talking about salads.
No.
Your favorite dressing.
No.
No, it's bad. Yeah, my page changes as well. My TikTok though is awesome.
I mean, I
because
wouldn't have to look at my Discover
never
now.
go on it.
I'm brave and I'm gonna look at it.
All right.
Let's
Well,
see
like
what
if
it
you're gonna
is.
do it, I might as well do it.
Wow, it's it's pretty much exactly what I called it as. It's 2 memes about Leos, a Subway takes.
I hear Will's breath.
Yeah.
Will is so tired. He's like I hear him falling asleep.
This is it. You can just look at it.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have a
iPhone
really
6?
small. I have an iPhone 13
I mean, this
mini.
is a thirst trap. It's just Sydney Sweeney. You have a hornier For You page than I do.
That is kind of horny. Yeah.
Yo, Grace kind of is gay, dude.
All right.
Mine's not thirst trappy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, why am I getting so much Sydney Sweeney content?
Mine's very sportsy. It's very like videos, but then there's like
it's
the
that girl with her
occasional-
boobs.
Well, there's one.
That girl walking around.
But then there's like videos,
Okay, yeah.
film stuff. It's not as terrible. I mean, at least they're not butts.
Have you ever had it where you like though have like gone to give someone your Instagram and you look at their Discover page and you're like, holy shit. I don't know if I want
No,
you
but
following
I
me.
should- I should think about that. That's funny.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you really
it's-
immediately know who this guy
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh cool, you like
Oh,
that.
they let that on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's, ooh, all right.
You like asses a lot.
Yeah, wow, that's
nice.
that one doesn't even have clothes on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That one.
iCarly.
It's very comfy in your house. It's
Thank
the best
you.
place to be.
We just cleaned it. This is a freshly clean
Do
living
you
room.
care if people come in your house with with shoes on?
No. See, my thing is like, I hate when people ask me if like that, is this a shoes off household?
I'm sorry for asking.
I'm like, bro, I have dishes in this sink. Like, what is this? A shoes
Yeah,
off dishes
yeah,
in the
yeah,
sink
yeah.
household? Like, as long as you go to the bathroom and you flush, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do.
I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, you don't need to. I actually do. If someone comes into my house and they immediately take their shoes off, no offense to anyone who's listening who has done this, because I feel like people will walk into my house and immediately take their shoes off. I took my shoes off when I came in here,
I think
though.
normally I would. If I see shoes on a stool or something nearby the door,
That's why I take my shoes off when I come here, because I see that there's shoes by the door.
Yeah, but that was left from the previous tenant.
Wait, so they're not even your shoes?
I mean, I have one pair of shoes out there, but
Don't you get scared that Greg keeps, for the listener, when you come to Greg's apartment, there's a shoe rack outside the door where you keep shoes outside.
yeah.
I don't think I'd feel safe keeping my shoes outside.
Who's stealing shoes on the third
Probably
floor of an apartment
elves.
complex? An elf?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's
No
the
one's
one's
gonna steal
shoes.
my shoes, dude. What
I would
elf is
say your
fitting in my
shoes.
shoe?
Size 11 elf.
It's the Shaquille O'Neal of elves.
That'd be awesome.
Elves. Yeah. No. What else?
I don't like when I go to someone's house, though, and like, if I'm walking into your house and it's like, oh, can you take your shoes off? I'm always like, fuck. I don't want to take my shoes off.
Why do you have like a weird thing about your feet?
Yeah, sometimes I'm afraid my feet are gonna smell, which like right now they
you
don't.
are a sweaty person, so like
yes,
do your feet
I'm very
smell
sweaty
often?
often.
Really?
One time when I was a kid, I used to like to raw dog Uggs, which is when you wear Uggs with no socks.
No, I think we all totally understood what the raw dogging
and
Ugg
it was
thing
really
was.
gross. I didn't understand that you couldn't do that. I was like, oh my god, these are so soft. I'll just wear them with no socks.
I honestly, not crazy to me. I've never owned a pair of Uggs, but like not.
Thank
That's not a
you.
crazy thing for me to
well,
think.
they get disgusting immediately.
Like quick. Can you
Yes.
wash them?
No, you shouldn't. And they get this like crusty thing on the
Ew,
bottom. It's
ew,
gross.
ew. We need to really
know.
pivot. We need
I
to
don't know why we're
pivot. We
being
need
so
to pivot.
gross
All right,
today.
we're talking about etiquette.
But okay,
Okay,
one time
all
I was
right,
in the
yeah,
car. So I developed, this was like when I was like 12. So I developed a reputation in my family as having like unbelievably smelly feet.
That's always a good reputation. to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was in the car once with my aunt and we were coming up to my other aunt's house in Vermont and I had taken my shoes off out of the Uggs in the car. And my aunt, when we finally got out of the car, my other aunt came out to help unload the car and she was like, did someone throw up in the car?
Oh
on the
my
way
god,
out?"
that's so embarrassing. I feel like got in a car accident because it just
Yeah,
couldn't
No,
fathom
and
the
my
smell.
my other aunt is like my mom's youngest sister who's only like 17 years older than me. And she was like, no, no one threw up. It's just Grace's feet.
I think Grace's feet died.
Yeah.
No, that's
So I
bad.
but now I obviously don't do that, but I do get self-conscious. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take my shoes off and this.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, sometimes, especially if it's a party.
Have you ever brought an extra pair of socks to a party?
No, that feels insane.
Yeah, but it's also just band-aiding your insane
I know. I
feeling
guess
already.
that's true. But it's like, where am I going to keep those? My
in your,
pockets?
in your bag, dude. You carry around a pocketbook,
I'm carrying a huge bag because I was at my work. But
right? But you still carry around a pocketbook when you want to go out on the night.
I like they call it a pocketbook.
What's wrong about saying a pocketbook?
I just never call it my pocketbook.
What do you call it?
I
Your
call it my
handbag?
purse. No, I call it a purse. Or I call it my bag.
Why is this the only word that I know multiple synonyms for?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's
give us
nothing
another
else
one.
that I
My
can
little
really-
satchel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like your what's the thing that you
Fanny pack?
fanny pack? Yeah, fuck, I ruined
What
it.
kind of bags do you carry?
None. I have my backpack that I carry.
No, what do you call your backpack usually?
Knapsack?
Oh, my school bag.
That's Greg. You're 8 years old. That's awesome.
I called it my school bag for my
What do you call
entirety of
sneakers?
my
Do you
life.
call them?
Shoes?
Okay.
Like sneakers? No, but I do say school bag. I say school like every single time I'll
Do
talk
you
about
call other people's backpacks
School
their
bags.
school bag?
it. Yeah, school bags. I don't know. It's just what they
Do
are.
people in your family call it that?
I don't know.
That's
I would imagine they don't think it's weird. I've never heard of it being weird until I started working at my job, and where I'm like, "Yo, can you grab my school bag up there?" And they're like,
that is
"What?"
crazy.
Yeah,
That's so
that is
cute,
that's funny that
though.
you mentioned that. I do say that because Jack knew exactly what she was setting me up for.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh,
Wow,
he's
you
gonna
got
say something
weird
stupid."
names for all these bags.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to have to take my shoes off because sometimes it's also like sometimes it's part of my outfit, so I don't want to have to.
Get over it, Grace.
No, I will get over it, but it's also like, and I don't always like when people take their shoes off when they come into my house because it's like, oh no, make yourself at home. I don't know why this is a thing in my family. My grandma would prefer if you didn't make yourself more comfortable. Like she likes when people are like, she wants you to
On
be
edge.
like formal in her own house.
Mm,
Like she'll be like, don't sit on the couch like that kind of thing. Love her, but you're like,
that's super annoying.
yeah.
Yeah, that's highly annoying.
But I'm like, and then also when I was a kid, if you like,
Why have a home if I can't be comfortable in it? Isn't that the point of having a home?
don't just throw yourself down on the furniture like that. It's like things like that.
Yeah, but how are you throwing yourself down? Like, if I was sitting like this, would your grandma
No,
be
it
like...
would be, well, yeah, because she wouldn't like, I mean, she wouldn't really care if I was sitting like this in like a casual
I
setting.
think she just has OCD. I think this is like an
I mean,
obsessive
maybe,
compulsive
maybe.
disorder thing. Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know. But if I stubbed my toe as a kid walking around my grandparents' house, they'd be like, well, serves you right. You should have been wearing shoes.
So,
So
your
it's crazy
grandparents
to
wear
me-
shoes
Yes.
all the time.
So
My
that's
dad
why
does the
it's
same thing.
crazy to me that people grew up in houses where it was considered rude to take your shoes off. It's just such a different mindset that I'm like, I can't even.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up similar. Like, my dad would never take his shoes off. Like, one
Yeah.
time I got a pair of shoes when I was younger, and they were like Jordans, and I was like so excited for them.
Yeah.
And I went to bed with them on.
That's
the first night.
That's gross. I wouldn't wear.
And like, I felt like, I don't know if this is true. Obviously, it probably isn't, but I felt like that is the reason why my feet grew and the rest of my body didn't. Because I swear to God, the next day I woke up
No.
and I was like, yo, these don't even fit anymore.
Do you have disproportionately big feet for your body, you think?
I would probably say, yeah. I'm only like 5'7", dude.
Yeah, I knew that about
Like,
you.
I'm really not. You called me a short king before we did
yeah,
the pod.
I did.
Like, I'm
I
not.
did call you that.
I'm not reaching up and grabbing you things.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Okay, so I don't think you should put your shoes on your bed, obviously, but what about like outside clothes on your bed?
Yeah.
You care about that?
No.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of
Yeah.
shit. I've gotten a lot of
have I.
of shit about that at work recently because I was like, somebody said how they have to go home and shower before
No,
they go
that's
into bed.
insane to
And I'm
me.
like, dude, I will fall
How many
asleep
times a
in
day
my
you
pants.
shower?
I mean, what?
How many times a day do you shower?
How many times a day?
I don't shower every day
Neither
either.
do I. But that's a crazy way to phrase that
I
question.
guess.
Do I
I
give
was
off
gonna
I'm showering multiple times
I
in a
could see
day?
you. I don't know.
No.
What
I shampoo my hair once a week,
one of
maybe twice.
I shampoo my hair twice a week.
But I can't stand it because it gives me too much floof and then it just bounces
Oh,
around.
too much
and it's-
floof, too much volume, too much floof.
Yeah, it's just pretty girl problems.
One of my roommates showers sometimes multiple times a day.
So what is she dealing with
He.
mentally?
They're both boys.
Oh, that's even worse. No man should be showering multiple times a day.
How often do you shower?
Every other day.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I shower if I work out. That's just my
Yeah, and I haven't been in the gym clearly as
Yeah.
of late, so
I
I'm
was
not
gonna say,
rocking every
I was
day.
gonna
But
say.
also, I'll say there have been times where I go to the gym right before work and I don't shower after the gym. But I'm not a sweater, so I'm not like
That's
you
crazy
wouldn't know.
that you don't sweat.
And I'll just reapply some deodorant, and it's like, all right.
I would have to be like in the bathroom under the hand dryer. Like it would be like it would be
Just flipped upside
I'd
down.
be like, hold on, yeah.
But I will say though, our first ever episode that we did, I wore like a gray shirt and I did have sweat stains. And after the first episode, Will was like, yo, between like me and you can't be wearing that shirt again.
Nice, Will.
Because like you can see that you're sweating in it. And I'm
Well,
like,
that's such a good
noted.
friend to be like, I'm not gonna embarrass you in front of everyone.
Right.
I will post these of you online.
Yeah,
but,
but people will see at least 3 1-minute clips of with you sweating. But yeah.
Well, then you wear your nipples out in the second episode. So
Yeah, I got so much shit for that,
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
So much.
I know.
And
Okay, how do you feel about do you think it's rude as a man to walk around shirtless?
where?
Like, I don't know, if you were staying at like a house with someone,
No.
like let's say you, me, Jaclyn, Will, we all go like get a house together, like for like a vacation.
Yeah,
Would
it
you
really
guys would you
matters why
walk
we
around
got it
shirtless?
for this hypothetical? I probably wouldn't, but if Will did, I wouldn't be like, yo, what's this weirdo doing? Like, I'd be cool with it, you know?
Well, would you walk around shirtless? See, I think it's weird.
Okay, so me and Zach,
I had this happen recently.
my roommate and I live together,
Yeah.
and we have moments where we're not wearing a
You're
shirt.
both fully naked, yeah.
But I'm not thinking like it's a weird thing.
No, I don't think that's weird, but I think that if someone was like, oh, hey, like Jaclyn's coming over, Grace is coming over, like, and then
I just got changed 30 minutes ago in the living room when you went to the bathroom to get changed. I just took my shirt off here and
well, yeah, it's
added a
different,
new
but
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not weird about it. It's whatever.
I guess I'm weird about, okay, the one Jaclyn was saying before etiquette things, you were saying you don't like when, do you want to explain the,
All right, let me hit the mic to Jaclyn here. She's so excited right
this
now.
is a good etiquette.
She is so excited.
I want her
is
to
this
be-
our first ever on-screen guest?
I want her
Jack,
to be
get in
more
here.
excited.
Get in here. We're going up. We're moving down. Jax, just don't kick my energy drink.
I'm in the middle. This is so nice. Greg, you can come back.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which
Okay.
one do you want me to talk about?
I think you should talk about the paying for birthday dinner.
Okay, yeah. So the thing that pisses me off is when you go out to someone's birthday dinner. First of all, it's already a dinner where you're like, bitch, why the fuck are we going to a
How did you
Michelin-star
pick the most expensive restaurant you could think of?
for
Yeah.
your birthday? There's 12 of us, and you go and, everybody's ordering stuff, ordering drinks, whatever, fine. Comes the bill. Obviously, you're just going to split the bill. But there's that one person in the group
Wait, stop, no.
who
we should
want
pay for
yes,
Jenny.
they want to prove that they're a better friend to
Yes.
the birthday girl than you are and be like in front of everyone from the birthday girl so you can't
This is Jaclyn's hill to down.
object
Yeah.
and be like, wait, no, but like birthday girl's not paying.
Yes. Yeah.
We're all going to pay for birthday girl. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll pay for her. I'm not necessarily a cheap person, but it's just the way it's like you need to prove that you thank you so much. Greg's rubbing my shoulders.
She's stressed.
It's like you need to prove that you're better than us for bringing up this idea when birthday girl picked the restaurant.
Yeah. Also, there's no way to say no.
No, there's no way to say
You
no.
can't say, actually, I don't want to.
Right, exactly. And the etiquette is just to be like, yeah, it's your birthday. Like, we'll treat you.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to treat my friend for her birthday, we would go to a different restaurant.
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
go to a happy hour. Like,
we would go to my favorite
we
restaurant,
would
Taco
go to
Bell.
Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
And listen, I'd love to treat you to Taco Bell if it's your birthday.
yes,
yeah.
I would love to do something nice for
Yeah.
you for your birthday. But if you invite me to this
Yeah,
restaurant
if you pick an expensive restaurant, then I'm not
that
paying.
has $4 signs on Google Maps.
Yeah, it's already a gift that I'm paying for myself to come.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Like,
Yeah, I agree completely.
yeah, so that is my etiquette thing. I just cannot. I can't get behind. I will do it, but I won't be enthusiastic about it.
No, I
I
agree.
won't be the one suggesting it.
Talk a lot of shit to your boyfriend.
And I'll talk a lot of shit.
And
No,
on
because-
and on his podcast.
Well, I'm the birthday person that when I have a birthday, I pay for a majority of the stuff at the birthday.
Yeah.
Like my last birthday was karaoke.
No, but I
If
like
you
that.
ask your friends coming to your karaoke party to pay for the karaoke room,
Yeah.
jail.
Jail.
You pay for the karaoke room, they
Yeah.
pay for the drinks, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Or
I
like,
agree.
yeah.
Or if you can't afford a karaoke room, just do something else.
do it at your house on the
Yeah.
TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I have to say about that. That's my etiquette.
I agree completely.
Everybody give it up for Jaclyn Lori
Yeah.
Edwards there. That was Jaclyn
That was
coming
beautiful.
in.
I completely agree with you because there's also like I said, there's no way to say no.
I don't disagree, but I also don't vehemently agree.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
'Cause
not?
I pay for people when it's not their birthday.
You pick up, no, but you're being obligated by someone else.
I don't know. The way I see it is like everything always comes back around.
But let's
But,
say
I
like
hear you.
maybe
like, don't choose the most expensive restaurant that we could go to that's 45 minutes out the way already that we're probably gonna have to Uber back from because it's gonna be midnight.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gonna be a highly expensive night for everyone involved. I don't think I need to also pay for your idea, which is
Sure.
fair. Which is fair. I understand
Yeah.
that. But when it comes to paying for things, it's like whatever. Money doesn't.
You're
it doesn't
pretty
exist
chill
anyway.
with paying for stuff though.
Bro,
I've
it's not
noticed.
real, dude.
Yeah, it's just that
We're all gonna
sometimes
die
it is
anyway.
though.
Elon's gonna die the same way we're gonna die, with nothing. He's gonna die
I don't think
alone.
I don't think we actually. You know what? I was gonna say something.
You don't
and
think he's
then-
gonna die ever?
No, I was actually gonna say manner of, and then I was like, don't get into that.
Right? Yeah, we don't want to.
We already
Bleep
talked about
anything
Greg
out.
wanting to see an assassination.
Yeah, there you go again. Like not saying something, but very clearly saying it without saying it. That's why I like
That's
you,
my
Grace.
superpower as a woman.
I know.
I'm amazing at
Subtext.
intuiting. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I was on a bachelorette trip where they wanted to pay, like after the already expensive bachelorette trip, someone was like, and obviously we're going to be paying for the bride's portion as well. And I was like, we've literally already been in a fight about how expensive this trip is.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If you invite someone somewhere, you should be paying for part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, yeah, I agree. I'll say this has got me on, if we're talking etiquette, right?
Yes.
If we're talking etiquette, guys,
Which Greg knows a lot about.
all about it. If you are a bad storyteller, stop telling stories.
This is rich coming from a man with a podcast.
Stop.
Tread lightly.
Stop telling stories. If you're going to have just details about something that doesn't inevitably
No,
matter in
I
the
do
end,
this though.
it's brutal, dude. It's absolutely brutal because then I'm a polite person. I will sit there and listen to it until it reaches a point where I'm like, dude, you got to learn how to keep these shits concise because this is awful. Your
Yeah.
storytelling skills are embarrassing, dude. Like, stop talking. Don't tell me this. My thing is like, I can't pretend.
The confidence to say this on your own podcast, I agree with
But
you.
we don't storytell like
I
that.
guess you're right.
You know, like we do,
Yeah.
but it's like we interrupt each other.
Yeah.
But like when you're in public and somebody's telling you a story, you got to be quiet. But
Yeah.
I can't be quiet because I'm just going to be like, dude, this is a terrible story. Like, you got to speed it up.
I have friends who go,
You
they
gotta
go,
speed it up.
you like start to interject. They've been telling you like a 20-minute story and you start to be like, oh my God, yeah, that's just like, and they go, wait, no, let me. I was with people recently and I was with two friends. I was with my friend and his friend. And the friend came over to like, we were hanging out and like, I thought we were all just having, I thought everyone was talking a normal amount. And then she, after a minute, was like, I'd actually like to hear the other person talk. And I was like,
Wait, she did that to you?
yes.
I don't know what it is with people talking to you, but they say some of the brashest shit.
It was, I will say, in my own home. And I was like,
Whoa, you were in your own home? And
I
someone
was
like,
like-
that's enough.
she was kind of just like,
Yo, she just shit on you.
yeah. And she was like, actually, she brought up a topic and I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Like, she was like, actually,
Wow,
I'd like
how
to hear.
self-conscious did you feel
Oh
after
my
that?
God.
I couldn't imagine.
I'm months later and I'm still thinking
Yeah,
about it.
that's
I'm like,
a really tough one to
and
bounce
I've had a
back from.
couple with this specific girl a few times where I'm like, do you wish I were dead? Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? Like,
Yeah,
that's so mean.
that's bad. I would
Yeah.
never do that. I would never but it's like if I'm comfortable enough with this person and their story is just bad, I'm like, I'm not gonna listen. To
I
the
know
rest
you
of
would
it.
do that because I feel like you would do that to me. But
Yeah,
I
I feel like we do it a little bit to each other on
Yeah,
the pod.
yeah.
Because when you're going on, I'm like, all right, let's
Yeah,
keep it
say
up.
a full
But I'll say,
sentence.
like, Jack's way better at telling stories now. Like 2.5 years into dating.
now that I've edited Jaclyn, she's amazing at telling
now
stories.
that I have trained her,
I will say before the podcast when we were talking about this, Greg did say the way women tell stories. And actually, no, the way you said was females.
now you're gonna make me apologize for something that was literally off screen.
Yeah, I want you to apologize
I would say
to me
that
for it.
like I love girls. They're some of the nicest people I know.
I know, I've seen your Discover page.
Oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. You're gonna get me in a tiff, but I will say
That's my goal.
I most of my friends are girls, and throughout life, I've had a lot of my best friends be girls, but they've never been good storytellers. That's never been a trait they all consistently have.
Do you know what's interesting? I saw something that the number one trait that women find attractive in men apparently is good storytelling ability.
It's because they don't have it.
No,
Women cannot, like, literally. I'm
I
telling
think
you,
women are excellent
because they get-
storytellers. Once upon a time.
Grace. Yeah, no, they're not.
I'm a good
Because then
storyteller.
we start talking about details and weird
Those are the
shit.
best parts of the story.
But it makes the punchline worse. Whatever gets the story to the point of why
No,
you're telling
you're
the story
wrong.
the quickest and most efficient way possible, you
no,
do that.
because sometimes it's like the subtle thing that girl said.
But if I'm not in the moment, no,
No,
it's
it's all
not
about
going to pick up the
context.
same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
When
that's
I
why
paint a
your stories
picture-
are horrible. It's because there's too much context. Just get to the goddamn point.
No, you
women.
have to paint a picture. You have to.
Okay, well then
It's,
I'm
it's
wrong.
like it's like you know. When
Will, what
someone's
do you
like-
think? Do you think women are naturally good storytellers?
I think we're painting with pretty broad strokes.
Oh yeah, Will has a gun to his head saying yes over there. Let's be real, guys. Let's
I
put
have
out
a gun.
poll.
I have a gun in my purse and in my handbag.
I'm either gonna have every incel love me after this episode, or just women in general despise me. I want you to know,
Well,
like,
you might already have that.
this is all we're all jokes here.
It's not a women versus male thing.
Because
No, it's not. No, because what I'm telling you, the specific
I've met a
person
lot
that I'm
of men
talking
who
about,
are bad.
The specific person that made me think of bad storytelling is a guy.
Okay, name. No, okay.
It is a guy. He's also the same guy that said the thing in the last episode about you just eat the smell away.
Oh God.
So it's like,
we had
yeah.
a callback to that.
But it's
Jim.
like really bad storytelling where I'm like, dude, we have 30 minutes until work starts. I'm not trying to spend 25 minutes listening to your story about when you were 14 years old.
performing,
Like,
listening.
so
Yeah,
bad, dude. And that's where I'm just like, I love you, but you got to shut up.
Yeah.
Like, with
Yeah, I
love.
would probably never tell someone I love you, but you got to shut up.
Yeah, you know.
It would have to be like you or like
Right,
like
someone you're
one of my
comfortable with.
siblings. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have an issue unless it's like another comic and we're kind of not friends and like I kind of have to listen to their horrendous story.
How do you feel about when someone like is really good at advocating for their own needs? Like I feel like if sometimes I'm in a group and someone is like, you know what, I'm actually just like really tired, I'm gonna leave.
I'd love it.
That drives me crazy because I feel like the social rules are I'm not allowed to do that.
Dude, but like if mushrooms have taught me anything, it's to advocate for your own needs. In the
I
moment.
guess, but I'm like, no,
That's
my
healthy.
needs are not as important as the needs of the group.
No, but they are.
And I'll just slowly
your
build
needs
up
are
resentment.
more important than the needs of the group.
No, they're not.
They are though.
The
Grace.
group is more important.
No. You are the most important thing in your life.
Well, yeah, I'm the most important thing
At
in my
all times. At all times, nothing is more important than you and what you want and what you need.
Jaclyn's
in that
raising her
moment.
hand.
What's up, Jack? Oh, back in the picture.
Yeah, get in here.
I have an important distinction for this.
Say, yeah.
If it's your example where they're like, I'm tired, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Yes.
If it's someone in a group is like, I'm starving, we need to go get food.
Yes.
But not there. Oh, but not there. And they make it the group's problem, bad.
Okay, but if
100%.
someone's like,
But that's not
someone's
the problem.
like-
But if that person decides to leave the group, get food, come back, that's acceptable.
Oh no, if you're like, I'm tired, I'm gonna leave, that's fine. But when someone is like, I'm tired, and they keep being like, I'm tired, and they won't let you leave, or they're making you leave, and you're like, no, I'm gonna stay. Like you.
Well, yeah, that's just
annoying.
that's an annoying
Or when
person,
you're
though.
like, they're like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go, and you're like, wait, can you just wait like 15 minutes? Like I need to finish this thing, then we can all go together. And they're like, no.
well, that's a little different.
Yeah.
There's like levels to it.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
in general, like, you know, you are what you need in that moment is more important.
But like if someone's like, oh, this TV show is boring, I don't want to watch it, I'll be like, I would feel such a social pressure to be like, I'll just pretend I like it.
It is tough. It is tough. Like
Like if you put on a movie,
for example, I was hanging out with Jaclyn and her roommates like 2 days ago or 3 days ago or whatever, and we were watching some Harry Potter musical off Broadway from the University of Michigan in like 2019.
Wow.
And let me tell you, it was
Deep cut.
some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my entire
As a professional
life.
actor. Yeah,
But
no
then
one
as
lost
I'm
35
just-
pounds for those roles. Yeah. Sorry, that's a callback to a wrong episode.
But I just like sat there and I'm like, I mean, it's fine. I get to make fun of it. Like I was making fun of it, like when it was going.
Oh, I
on,
like when
but
someone's making fun of it, but like
I didn't want to watch it. If it were
one
up
of
to
my
me, I would
best
have been like,
friends, she'll like if you put on a TV show, she'll be like, yeah, I don't really fuck with this, like within like 5 minutes, and you're like, well, you didn't really give it that long.
yeah, it's
And then you
especially if
also
you
were
like
like,
it and you kind of want
Okay,
them to
sorry
like
you
it.
hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's like
and
also,
I love her, but I'm also sometimes
it's
like,
a representation of your personality because you like the show and it's like you want the other person to like it. It's like when I show Jack an episode of something that I would really like and she just kind of is uninterested, I feel offended.
How do you feel if you go to show someone a video? Like I had a friend, I wanted him to watch this video, and he was like, yeah, I'll watch it. And I was like, well, just watch it now. It's only a minute. Like, and he was like, no, like I'll watch it. And it was like the next day, and I was like, oh, do you want to watch it? And he was like, honestly, like if you really want me to watch it, if it's really important to you, you can send it to me. But otherwise, I'm probably not going to watch it because I just like don't want to watch it in front of you. And I was like,
What was this video?
it was a video of my brother doing a Trump impression that's really good.
I feel like somehow we're gonna watch this video at some point.
You're totally gonna watch it. It's amazing.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when someone's like, yo, I gotta show you this video, and they pull up their phone and then spend 5 to 10 minutes trying to find the video.
No, it was
'Cause
like-
then I'm like, I'm out.
It
I
was
don't
locked.
care how
I had
good
it.
this-
I had it right there. It was
Yeah.
from like the day before. I was like, look at this. This is awesome. And it was like 3 days where I was like, do you want to see the video now? And he was finally just like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually want to watch it at all.
You have
And I was like, it's
crazy
a
interactions.
minute. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
minute.
crazy. The same person about the bad storyteller is the same person who's like, yo,
This guy's a really important character.
I got this video I want to show you, and I see it. It's like 6.5 minutes long, and I'm like, dude, I'm not sitting here watching you hold your phone in front of me for 6.5 minutes. It's just not.
That's
gonna
awesome
happen.
though.
But it's awful because you got me for 30 to 45 seconds. If I'm not like into it,
That's why
Get
you
that
can't.
shit
That's why
away
you're
from
not
me.
allowed to say our Instagram at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, you're right. I'm like, yo, let me start off with a
That's
minute
not a
and
good
half
hook.
monologue.
Will, do you have any etiquette things that bug you?
Well, I hate when people try to show me videos they find funny.
Yeah, I do too.
I almost never find them funny. So I just have to.
Because there's
That's fair.
there's a social pressure for you to perform watching the video that somebody brought up for you, and I'm like, I don't want to go through that, dude.
Completely.
I won't fake laugh. I'll be like, okay, very nice.
Yeah, no, Will
No,
is
but
not
here-
a fake laugher.
I would have been okay with that. Like,
Will yawns more than he laughs.
yeah.
Will's a yawner.
I know I've gotten Will a couple times. Not today, but
Not in the last 2 hours, but
well, historically.
yeah. No, we have gotten Will a few times. We'll get him back.
Yeah.
We're gonna spike his coffee or something today. No, I'm not a person that wants to watch a video that you're holding for me.
No, I
'Cause that
agree,
can't
and
go
I
away.
also
You
know
got
I'm
me
being.
trapped.
I
I'm
know
in
I'm
prison.
being annoying,
I'm
but
in a
it's
6-minute
like
prison that
it
I
wasn't
can't
a
get
6
out.
minute. It's 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, he's a
Be like-
douchebag. That's a little bit different. For him to
Do
be
you
like,
think
to
that's
be
different
honest.
or no?
I wonder how many times you've showed them videos and haven't made them laugh.
Oh,
I feel like
that's a
I
good
don't usually-
call. That's a good call.
He's like another one.
What's Grace's history of video showing?
I don't think I'm a big.
Yeah.
He's a much more. He usually. We are a big part of our relationship is we'll send videos back and forth. A lot of videos.
But
go
now
back
you
and
got to
forth.
realize, is
And
he
I
ever
watch
even
his
watching
in
them?
batches. He sends me far more than I send him.
It's because he doesn't watch the ones you send him.
I think that's true.
Probably.
Because there's another video that I've asked my friends that are in this group to watch multiple times. Have you guys seen the My Food guy on TikTok?
No.
It's a guy who makes like human dog food. I'm obsessed with him. He just
You-
like
The shit that you like baffles me.
it's him, and he makes like all this food for the week, and it's like 30 vegetables and chicken.
If
And
you tried to show me this right now, I would be angry.
I wouldn't show it to you. I wouldn't show it to you. But he keeps just
Will
talking about
says,
it. He
if
goes,
you show me that video right now, I would be angry.
he refers to it as like capital M, capital F, my food throughout the video in a way that's so funny to me. It like makes me cry laughing to watch it.
Yeah, I kind of am siding with the guy now.
But I just sent it to my roommates and I was like, okay, now I'm feeling who's about it. I sent it to my friends and I was like, oh, like
Yeah, cut
watch
that,
this
cut
video.
that,
Yeah,
cut
cut that.
Got that?
I don't know. But yeah, anyway. I would send a video, but I wouldn't be like, look at this.
You said that's exactly what you were.
In this one
Literally
instance,
exactly
because
what
he
she
never looked at the video.
Literally
And
exactly
I was like,
what she
oh, I
did.
have it right here.
Oh, well, lucky for you, I have it saved.
Yeah.
No, I would also kind of... I would be... I'm always annoyed when somebody wants to show me a video.
It's also worse that it's of like your brother. It's like
Yeah.
It's not like just look at this really funny video I found.
Yeah, it's like, look how
Wait,
proud
I
I
feel
am.
like it's better that it's of
Look-
my brother
look how
because it's
proud I
like
am.
it's
No,
like
it's
you
not.
can't.
Even worse is if it's of you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be of me.
Yeah.
I would
That's
never.
another thing.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's another thing. I don't want to hear about your dreams.
Oh.
If I'm not in them...
Okay, this person though, every day it is. Here's the dream I had.
Yeah, that's corny. That's kind of
So
crazy. That we
I
said
agree.
that.
I don't want to hear about.
I don't
your
want.
dream.
If I'm not in your dream, I don't want to hear about
Unless
it.
I'm in your dream, yes. If I'm in your dream, tell me about your dream.
Yeah,
If I'm in your dream, oh my god, let's sit down.
like let's
I'm
let's
sad.
sit down, grab a coffee,
Like-
talk about it. Talk about how
and
cool
talk
I
about
was.
what it means.
Yeah, like what does it mean? Let's go.
Or like if you had like a night terror, if
Nope.
you had a sleep paralysis
I
demon.
had a moment. I had a sleep paralysis. Craziest thing in my life. Ask
Wait,
Jack. Have you ever
what?
heard that story?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Greg showed her a video.
I really wanted her to say no, just for me to be like, see, boom.
No, multiple times I've heard.
Have you had sleep paralysis?
I had it once in college. I fell asleep on my back. I woke up, like my eyes were awake. I couldn't move my body, and I had like this black demon just crawling up my body. It was the
Jesus
scariest shit of my life.
Christ.
Like, and it was so real. And I couldn't move. I couldn't move at all. And then I started moving my pinky, and then eventually, like, I came to.
One time,
I was trying to scream. My roommate, I see him asleep next to me, and I'm trying to open my mouth and yell, but I can't. It was crazy.
one time when I was in college, not in college. This was when I lived in my current apartment. I'm very into knitting, and I had knitted a lot. Was gonna hate this. I was knitting a lot, and my hand, I guess I had a knitting overuse injury. Went to sleep. I was sleeping with a sleep mask on, so I couldn't see anything. And started having like a hand spasm, and I couldn't feel my hand while it woke me up because my hand was moving around so much. And I panicked, and I thought it was a rat, but I was blindfolded. So I couldn't, because I was like attacking my hand, but I couldn't feel that I was attacking my hand. And I thought it was like burrowing into my stomach. And I sprained my knuckle, and I screamed so many times, and I woke up my roommates screaming. No one came and checked on me.
Yeah, they were
But
like, yeah,
I-
she'll be fine.
I fought my hand, which was actually a rat, but it was also actually my hand. And
But,
I
like, you see
sprained
what
my
I'm saying?
knuckle.
Like,
Yeah.
that's one of those stories
Fuck.
where you're like, I didn't.
I thought that was a
really
good
need
story
to
because
know.
I had such a sleep
Yeah, but the
demon
punchline is
that
that
I
you ended up
braining my knuckle.
Your
I
knuckle,
fought the
not even
rat.
the whole
I
finger.
fought the rat to such an extent that
the rat that did not exist.
All right. Well, I apologize for that.
No, I mean we led you into it.
Yeah.
To be
Should we
fair.
apologize in general?
I think it's time to apologize.
I'm sorry for anyone I've ever told a boring story to. As a woman, I guess it's just what I do.
So she's saying sorry, everyone.
Sorry on behalf of all of us and our context and
Grace,
our
I think your
details.
stories are great.
If we're thinking you guys care.
I think your stories are fantastic.
Thank you.
I
Thank
really
you.
do. I'm
felt-
sorry
that felt
for
condescending.
making that a gender thing because it's not. I know some men out there that have some of the worst. Every time
You
I
do,
have an apology,
you do think that you don't know any good female storytellers. You did say that.
No, Jack's a good storyteller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said she's gotten a lot better since she's been dating you.
Well, I didn't tell. I'm not going to say why. I'm just saying
You
she's
edited.
a good storyteller.
Gotcha, you edited.
Every time I apologize, I feel like I'm doing like a campaign.
Yeah, you are.
You know, like I'm kind of like trying
You're
to
trying
run
to
for
win them
president.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win them back. Damn. If I haven't won them back by now.
Yeah.
we're
After
screwed.
everything you said.
Yeah. I do want to apologize to all the women out there. I
You
love
still
you.
apologize to. Oh no, that was the last episode.
Yeah. What else? I think I was pretty on cue today. What else, Jack? What Jamie? Jamie, do you have anything to apologize for?
I mean, you should apologize to me for your Explore page.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even that bad. Grace
It really wasn't that bad.
Grace was hyping it up, dude.
I was
Jack says I
catching.
need to
Well, everything else was really boring. Like it was a lot
you
of
just
sports
saw
stuff,
the boobs when
and
you
then
saw
I
them.
did see the boobs when they were
But
there.
at least they weren't butts, Jack. Now that would hurt. If they were butts
yeah,
instead
they were
of boobs,
mostly boobs.
you know?
Yeah, I agree.
that would hurt.
That's why it hurts that mine's Sydney Sweeney. It's like what?
Yeah, your first video was Sydney Sweeney,
I think
and that was a
it's-
thirst trap video too. It was like made from some like
I don't think
weird-
she ever makes non-thirst.
No, but it wasn't made from her. It wasn't on her page. It was some like weird fan page being like, "What a beautiful lady," and it's just like her.
she
like,
is. Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. That's crazy. Mine wasn't like that. Mine was
All
just,
right, I'm sorry if you are a Sydney Sweeney fan.
we accept it. We accept the apology. She's just a good actress at the end of the day. Yeah, I you know, what else we got? I think that's it. I think we
That's
did
it.
a
If you
really
like our
good job.
podcast, you should follow us at Hell to Die on Pod. It's the polite thing to do. And you should follow me at Grace Nope at gklobo. My
Yo,
name is Grace Lobo.
Now that I'm here too, yo, if you're following the pod on Instagram and you're not following me, that hurts my feelings. If we're gonna be honest,
they follow the pod.
a lot of people have been following the pod that just don't follow me. And
I
it's
think
like,
there are people who know me.
I know they know you, but like, don't just follow my other Instagram. Follow me when you're at it. You know what's? I'll follow you back, guys. I'll get you with the follow back. Follow me as well, because deep down, it hurts a little bit, and I just want to be friends. And that being said, at Gregmelly, please, for the love of
Give him a
God,
follow, or
just
he's
get
gonna-
me a
he's gonna
follow,
kill
dude.
himself.
I'm trying to grow, man.
I know. It
just
sucks.
wanna
I
be
wish I
better.
didn't care about followers.
Yeah, but the ones that follow the page already follow you.
Yeah, I know.
You might as well just hit follow on the other 50% of the goddamn page.
Yeah, I guess. If you guys want to follow, if you're my friend and you want to follow Greg,
Not even if you want to. I don't
it
care
would
if you want
it
to.
would
Do
mean
it
a
anyway.
lot to him.
It would mean. It would mean
mean
the
a
world
lot.
to me. Also, follow Jaclyn at jacksowack.
And Will.
And Will
I'm
at-
Will Bryant.
I'm Will Bryant.
Bryant.
3 words.
He has
Until
a
next time,
podcast,
guys. He has a
too.
podcast that we've both been on. And Jack's next. So, shout out.
Okay, love you. Bye.
He sounds like a loser, like Kamala. The woke left has tried to cancel me. They took me off Twitter just recently. The wonderful, beautiful, very handsome Elon Musk, he's a genius. He got me back on Twitter, but I still like to use Truth Social. It's a great platform. And they tried to cancel me because I tell the truth. Frankly, there's Haitians in Springfield, Ohio. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets of the people in Springfield. It's disgraceful. Kamala has allowed me, so has Sleepy Joe Biden. What a loser. He got too tired. He dropped out. Frankly, I would never let my vice president take me over in the race. Mike Pence, we tried to hang him. What a loser. Frankly, he's gonna be hanged this January 6th, 2025. I expect your support, standing back and standing by like the Proud Boys. Thank you.